A major musical event will soon take center stage in Bartlesville again. Randy Thompson, Executive Director of OK Mozart, is here. Randy, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
OK Mozart, how old is it?
It's 31 years old, not counting the time it took to be birthed. But since its first birthday, it's 31 years old.
And you've been with it since the beginning.
I came to Bartlesville in 1985, and that was the first summer of the first full festival.
Wow.
So I feel very privileged.
Who lit the fuse?
Well, a group came through via community concerts in Bartlesville. Community Concerts is a nationwide organization that provides concerts for communities. And you have a menu of concerts you can bring. And Soloisti, New York, under the direction of Ransom Wilson, came through Bartlesville just after our community center had been built. And it was built by Frank Lloyd Wright's firm, Taliesin. And he was so taken with the acoustics in the firm, in the building. And so he began talking with my next door neighbor, actually, Nan Boulanger. And about 2 years later, they birthed the idea of a festival in that new facility. And here we are, 31 years old.
Has anybody thought, or maybe it's been done, has a book been put together on the humble origin?
We do have a history, and it's not a prose history, but it's a timeline history that appears in all of our programs every year for the last 31 years.
It's apparent to me that every year you have had gentle growth. Not explosive, but gentle growth,
right,
which I'm told by the folk who count numbers and that sort of thing is the best way to have it happen.
Absolutely.
Now, you've had major musical stars come through.
We have.
You've had performers that eclipse names that you hear on MTV, obviously. But these men and women have played some of the finest theaters in the United States and Europe.
That's right.
And you got a big setup coming for this year.
We have a wonderful setup coming, if you want to call it a setup. But I went to my 50th high school reunion 2 years ago. My best friend was sitting next to me, and he said, "Well, I see in your biography there that you're the director of this OK Mozart Festival." And he said, "What is it?" And I said, "Well, you know, it's really kind of hard to explain, but let me explain it to you like this. We choose 45 players from the New York Philharmonic, the Metropolitan Opera, the New York City Pops, and the American Symphony Orchestra, and we fly them to Oklahoma for a week every summer." And he said, "You do what?" And we've been doing that for 31 years. This year again, our Amici Orchestra is coming back. They consider it a second home. They've been for so long. They're the finest orchestral musicians in the world in this sense. They are succeeding in the world's hardest market. There's not very many people that have the guts to even try that. So we claim them as the best in the world for that purpose. But this year our festival starts on Saturday, June the 6th.
Well, let me interrupt you for
Sure.
just a second, because we have a breakdown here of the schedule, and I'll just have you take a look at the screen and tell folks what's coming, and you can watch this monitor right here. Here we go.
Yes, our opening night, June 6th, begins with the Tulsa Youth Orchestra. They are going to come at 6 o'clock in the evening on Saturday. It's a free concert in the community center. And they're going to be playing, in particular, along with other pieces, a piece by Joseph Rivers, who is a Tulsa composer, called Buffalo Run. And some Tai Chi dancers under the leadership of Tulsa instructor Judy Fu, they're going to dance to it.
Sweet.
And it's going to be a great thing.
And then June 7th?
And then June 7th on Sunday is our opening concert, in which we're going to do Vivaldi's Four Seasons with 19-year-old American prodigy violinist Chad Hoops, and Respighi's Pines of Rome.
I've heard that name.
Yes, and we'll have 48 young players from around the state of Oklahoma sitting next to our Amici players in that side-by-side experience playing Respighi's Pines of Rome. It's going to be a wonderful experience. We've auditioned around the state. We have 48 students from high schools and colleges.
Let's take a look at the 8th now.
Yes, and on the 8th we have our Italian gala ball at the Hilton Garden, and Amici again will be present there playing Italian love songs, and we'll have some opera singers. That's $150 a person. It's obviously a fundraiser for OK Mozart. And then Tuesday evening, June the 9th, our big chamber music concert takes place with the Aeola String Quartet, who are in residency at Juilliard School of Music, and then John Kimura Parker, a world-renowned pianist, who's going to join forces with 4 principal wind players in the symphony to play Mozart's Piano Quintet for Winds. That's going to be a wonderful thing. And the thing we're doing different this year is that it'll be in our community center, and the audience is actually going to sit on stage with the chamber music singers or players, so that they'll really get a great feel for what chamber music is really like.
Let's take a look at the next one.
And then Wednesday, we auditioned all around the state of Oklahoma for Oklahoma talent singers, and we have hired a cast of 10, including faculty members from Oklahoma City University and OU, in a production of Mozart's opera Don Giovanni. That's based on what we would know as Don Juan. In this case, Don Juan is a promiscuous young man, but at the end of the opera, he comes face to face with forces he can't reckon with, and he goes to hell.
Amazing.
Yes.
And then on the 11th?
And then on the 11th, we have the world-renowned Canadian brass.
I've heard them.
They come out on stage in tuxes and black ties, wearing white tennis shoes, and they proceed to play Dixieland, Bach, Mozart, whatever you want, on 5 brass instruments.
Absolutely blow you away.
They are the world's best. They're fantastic.
They really are something.
Yes.
Then on the 12th.
Then on the 12th at Willow Rock, we have an outdoor concert with Amici. Again, we have some of our great singers who are going to sing Italian arias, patriotic songs, and then the evening ends with fireworks over Clyde Lake. And it's a fantastic romantic evening. And our grand finale is John Kimura Parker is going to play Rachmaninoff's Rhapsody on a theme by Paganini. And everyone will recognize the 18th variation because it's one of the most famous tunes in the entire world.
Of course. And now, is that all we get this year? I mean,
no. And then at the end of that's the first half of the concert, and then we're doing along with the Tulsa Oratorio Chorus and the Bartlesville Choral Society and 4 vocalists, we're doing the entire Mozart Requiem.
Oh.
In addition to that, we have 5 days of chamber music in the afternoon with the Aeola String Quartet. And we have 75 showcase events that are in venues all over the town in subjects, any subject you can imagine.
Oh, I got to go.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And most of those events are free, and we're so proud of it.
Oh, you've got something there that just is I herald this as much as we can from Rogers State. But I got to tell you something. Bartlesville is putting this state on the map. And you, my friend, are directly involved in the creation of it all.
Well, it's an honor. It's my honor to
be
involved in it, and I'm working to make sure that we have 31 more years, if not more.
I'm going to make a guess here, but I'm guessing that you've been planning next year for a while.
Oh yes, we're well on our way.
Because these things don't just fall out of the tree; they happen.
You know, people ask me, "What do you do in the fall?" Well, from the day the festival ends, we are busier than ever.
Yeah.
We've got to make sure all the money is there. Then we've got to make sure we got money to make it through the fall. Then we've got to get contracts out. We've got to do our marketing map. It just never ends.
I'd be curious to know, because I have seen the results of your hard work, but how do the musicians and the singers react? Are they comfortable with Oklahoma?
Yes. I have flown now to New York 4 times, September each year to visit with the artistic team, and then January I go and meet with the orchestra. And the orchestra tells me that they love coming to Oklahoma because it's the only place they get to play together.
We're out of time, Randy. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you for
You are
coming by.
entirely welcome. My pleasure.
We'll talk more about it another time.
Okay.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Perspectives. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.